So I would like look at my plate longingly from the stage, trying to eye the people next to it to make sure they weren't stealing things off the plate. It's horrible. It's a horrible experience.
Did you feel like
it's grueling?
Well, I mean, but there was, you know, it's grueling, but like with a pretty big reward. I mean,
it's grueling.
They're getting more than $20 out of the guy's fund.
Grueling refers to something that's very difficult. I believe it comes from the word gruel, which is a coarse cereal that is made into a porridge, and it gets ground from the grain. So the gruel would refer to the effort involved in turning the grain into the gruel.
And it was a difficult task in the past because people would have to turn big round stones, right, to grind the grain.
They would either have to do that, yes, or if they were doing it at home, they would have to get a mortar and pestle, and then they would have to crush the grain in the bowl in order to get the grain into small enough pieces that they could eat. At the beginning of the year, football players have to go through grueling training in the middle of the summer heat with full pads on in order to prepare for the upcoming season. The bar exam is almost 8 hours long, so it's a grueling effort for the law students to make it through the test without getting too tired.
One of them said to me at one point during that CNBC interview, you know, what's next for you guys? And I said, we got a big game against the Packers coming up next week, and we got to go home and get ready for that. And I think it was like at the tail end of the whole conversation, and one of the other guys was talking, and I got off and
the tail end refers to the end of something, such as a conversation or a party or a football game.
And you can use, you can omit a tail part and just say at the end of the conversation. So why would you say at the tail end? Does it give any additional meaning?
When you have both words together, tail end, it makes the meaning of the combination word more clear. If you just talked about the end of something, people might get confused and think you meant and or some other word. So if you put the two words together, tail end, it becomes very clear in people's minds what you're trying to say. After the first 10 miles of the marathon, I found myself at the tail end and realized I was not going to get a very good time. I would be lucky just to finish the marathon. At the tail end of the party, the music was still loud and the neighbors called up the police.
And he says at the end of the hour-long meeting, he looks at me and he says, he's got glasses on, he takes them off and he says, you really good, you know, pitch person. You really present really well.
Mm-hmm.
A pitch is an attempt to sell something or to convince someone of a position. It's similar to pitching a ball, except in this case it's a sales pitch. So the pitch person is the person who delivers the sales presentation.
So it gives a talk that promotes something or advertises something, or you're trying to sell something.
That's correct.
And when you said it's similar to pitching a ball, you mean the baseball, and to pitch in this case means to throw, right? Because the pitcher is the player who throws the ball.
That's correct. In the Obama administration, Warren Buffett has become the pitch person for responsible rich people. I have to pitch my project to the boss tomorrow and hope he goes along with it. We have our pitch book ready, And tomorrow we're giving a pitch to our new hopeful client.
That's all for today. Tom Taylor is an ESL tutor. He teaches English in the United States and outside, all over the world using Skype. He can be reached at his website, which is
ESL-fullsteamahead.com.
click on this link and check out his website and email with questions. Thank you, Tom, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.